Good day, folks. Alfie Vente here once again of Vente Pain Relief Clinic and VPRC.ca. I'm hoping you're having an elephantastic day. An E for elephant. Look at the elephants that I have. The elephantastic day. Today, I want to talk about a scar tissue. Scar tissue in regards to the scar tissue potentially underneath someone's skin. Scar tissues that you can't really see. Is it possible? But before we do that, please like, share, subscribe. Pass this on to those that you feel this might be helpful for. We thank you in advance. Also, visit vprc.ca, our self-care pain management website. We have self-care tips there for you. And also, in future videos, I will be announcing a positive change in terms of the membership process. Anyways, so let's go on to this question regarding scar tissue underneath the skin. Now, typically, when we think and talk about scars, it's usually something that we see on the skin. But at times, you can actually get scar tissue underneath the skin. So anytime a body part internally or externally gets injured, whether through trauma or whatever, there's a potential for scar tissue to develop. So one way this can happen is if, say, you bruise your shin. Say you hit something, you hit your elbow, you get a bruise there, but over time you start noticing that the bruising's disappeared, the swelling's disappeared, but yet there's still some sort of pain or discomfort in the area. Now, I'm kind of throwing this out because I did get this question from one of our patients. This patient had had bruised their shin, and this was a few months back, and the bruising had faded, but there was still some discomfort in the area. Now, mind you, you have to realize that there could be a potential for also something like a hairline fracture. It could be some other things that could be going on. But typically what does happen is that people do injure themselves. They get this bruising. They don't see any scar, so they assume that there's no scarring. But in reality, there could be some scarring underneath the skin where that area was traumatized. So, you might be one of those individuals that has a chronic issue, chronic discomfort in a particular spot. And when you think back, look back, maybe a few months back, maybe you did traumatize that area, and that's why it's still somewhat uncomfortable. Now, as I've talked in previous videos, scars can latch onto pain-sensitive structures. For example, it can latch onto bone, it can latch onto muscles, nerves, so on and so forth. And when the scar sticks onto these areas, it can become very uncomfortable and very, it can be painful at times. So what I do is that I release the scar. So when I feel around the area, like let's say, the example again of the bruised shin, I'll feel around the area, and what I'll find is that the tissues seem to be stuck as I'm prying away. It seems to be more stuck than the relative areas. And typically it's usually a spot that the person's complaining about. I'll also find there's a bit of a graininess to the tissue, the scar tissue there. And once I break that down, once I release the scar, the person's symptoms tend to fade away and they tend to feel a lot better. So there's your answer to this question, whether you can get scar tissue underneath the skin, and yes, you can. You can definitely get scar tissue where you can't see it. It's not visible on the skin, but it can happen underneath. So if you got any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 416-644-8894. That is our clinic number at King and Bay First Canadian Place on the 56th floor of the Financial District in Toronto. You can also email me at admin@ventepainrelief.ca. Also, please like, share, subscribe. Pass this on to those that you feel this might be helpful for. We thank you in advance. My name is Alfie Vente, and as I said, have yourself an fantastic day. Have a great day. Take care.